The thing about mysteries is they always start in the dark. And in Clue Harbor, the dark is all we ever really knew.
I don't really know where to start. Maybe with this? I used to think I knew myself. Like, completely. The way you know your reflection in a mirror. Predictable, familiar, harmless. Turns out, I didn't know a damn thing. It started on an ordinary Tuesday night. Nothing cinematic, just me in my apartment, lights dimmed, half-eaten cereal on the desk, laptop open. I was cleaning up space on my hard drive because my system had been running slow. The fan was whining every few minutes, like it was struggling to breathe. There was nothing unusual about it. You know that kind of night. Quiet. Maybe too quiet. The kind that just hums in the background. I remember scrolling through the folders. Work, photos, projects, temp, all the usual mess. I was deleting old downloads, random junk files, duplicate videos I didn't even remember saving. Then I noticed this one folder. It wasn't something I created. It was buried deep, like 4 levels down inside some cache directory. Its name was just a string of numbers. 2021-07-03_archive. Now, I'm not a tech genius or anything, but I've seen enough system folders to know that this one didn't belong. The date format wasn't how my laptop usually labeled things. And I don't know why, but the name made me pause. July 3rd. That's my birthday. I thought maybe it was some backup or auto-generated log from that day, so I double-clicked it. Inside were several video files, all named with a timestamp. 01:13 a.m.mp4, 03:46 a.m.mp4, 04:59 a.m.mp4. No titles, no metadata, no extensions that gave away what they were about. Just timestamps. My first thought was that it might be something my webcam had auto-recorded. I used to do live streams, so maybe I left the camera on accidentally or some software bug kicked in. It didn't feel alarming. Not yet. But curiosity's dangerous, especially when it feels personal. So I clicked the first video. The footage was grainy, dim. The angle looked like it was from my laptop webcam. It showed my room. Same lighting, same unmade bed, same half-drawn curtains with the orange glow from the streetlights outside. And there I was, sitting at my desk, typing. Except I didn't remember doing that. The timestamp said 1:13 a.m. That night, I was sure I had gone to bed by midnight. I even remember setting an alarm. But the guy in the video, me, was wide awake, typing something fast, focused. I leaned closer to the screen. No sound, just the faint static hum. My face in the video looked blank, like all expression had been drained out. Just motion, just repetition. After about 2 minutes, the version of me in the clip stood up, walked out of frame, and didn't come back. The video ended. I felt that weird heaviness in my stomach, you know? That cold, slow feeling when your body senses something before your brain can explain it. I clicked on the next file. 03:46 a.m.mp4. Same setup. But this time, I wasn't at the desk. I was standing near the door. Just standing there, staring at it. No movement, no blinking. Just standing, completely still for the entire 2 minutes. It was almost like I was waiting for someone to come in. I played the next video, then the next. Each one was darker, stranger. In one, I was pacing the room in circles, barefoot, muttering something, but the audio was too faint to hear. In another, I was sitting on the floor, back against the wall, looking straight at the camera like I knew it was recording. And then there was one around 5 a.m. That one made my chest tighten. because in it, I was sleeping. The camera had been moved. It wasn't my webcam anymore. It was placed somewhere else, a wider shot, like someone had filmed me from across the room. I could see myself lying on the bed, motionless, and in the corner of the frame, just for a few seconds, a shadow moved. Not mine. I froze the video, rewound it, played it frame by frame. It wasn't just a trick of light. It was someone else, someone tall, watching. That was the moment I felt it. The paranoia creeping in like static electricity under my skin. Every sound in the apartment suddenly felt amplified. The refrigerator hum, the tick of the wall clock, even my own breathing. Too loud, too sharp. I checked under the bed, behind the curtains, the closet. Nothing. I kept telling myself maybe these were old videos, maybe someone hacked my laptop before, maybe a prank, maybe a system glitch, anything logical. But then I checked the timestamps again. The dates weren't old. They were from the past week. And all of them matched nights when I'd gone to sleep early, around midnight, because I'd been waking up unusually tired lately. At first I thought I was just having restless nights, maybe insomnia, maybe stress. But now, seeing this, these recordings of me awake when I was supposed to be asleep, it didn't feel like stress. It felt like something else was happening when I wasn't conscious. I didn't know what scared me more. The idea that someone was recording me, or that maybe I was the one doing it. That night, I didn't sleep. I sat at my desk, laptop open, every light in the apartment on. My eyes kept darting between the corners, expecting movement. Around 2 a.m., I opened the file directory again, trying to trace where the folder had come from, but there was no path history. The folder didn't even show up in recent access logs. I ran a malware scan, nothing. Checked for hidden cameras, nothing. But when I returned to the folder, a new file had appeared. Today, 0207 am.mp4. It was dated just minutes ago. My hands went cold. I hadn't moved from my chair since midnight. So who recorded this? I clicked play. The screen flickered, static, distortion. Then the camera feed came up. It was my room again. The angle this time was from behind my chair. I could see myself, sitting exactly as I was now. Same shirt, same lighting, except in the video I wasn't moving. I was just staring at the screen, and on that screen was a video. The same one I was watching. It was looping back on itself, me watching me watching me. I slammed the lid shut. The sound echoed across the room like a gunshot. For a few seconds, everything was dead silent, until the faint click of my external hard drive broke it. You know that sound, that tick, when a new file's being written? I didn't touch anything, but I could hear it, quietly recording. I don't remember falling asleep that night. Or maybe I didn't sleep. I don't know anymore. The next morning, I felt foggy, like I'd been underwater too long. My body ached, my eyes burned. When I opened the laptop, the folder was gone. Completely. Search results? Nothing. Hidden files? Empty. If I hadn't saved one screenshot of the directory, I might have thought I imagined the whole thing. But later that afternoon, I noticed something else. The recycle bin icon, it looked normal, but when I hovered over it, it said 147 items. I hadn't deleted that much stuff, so I opened it. All the old videos were there, plus a few I hadn't seen before. They weren't just webcam clips now. Some looked like security footage, streets, stores, parking lots, all from around my neighborhood. And in every single one of them, I was there. Walking, standing, sometimes looking straight into the camera, like I knew it was there. The strangest part? In every video, I was wearing the same thing. The same gray hoodie I couldn't even remember owning. At that point, logic broke down. I thought maybe I was being stalked. Maybe someone had been following me, recording me, planting these files to mess with me. But then I realized something worse. Some of the footage, the places, they were familiar. Too familiar. Not because I'd been there recently, but because they looked exactly like my dreams. Those hazy, fragmented dreams I'd been having for months. Dim alleys, streetlights flickering, that rusted blue dumpster behind the grocery store. Scenes I could never explain, and now they were on video. I spent the next few days trying to stay awake, coffee, energy drinks, anything to keep my eyes open, because every time I slept, I'd wake up to new files, always new timestamps, always me doing something I didn't remember. The line between waking and dreaming blurred so bad that I couldn't tell when I was actually conscious anymore. My reflection started feeling wrong, like it lagged for a fraction of a second before copying my movement. Sometimes I'd catch myself staring at the monitor with no memory of why I opened it. Other times, I'd hear faint keyboard clicks coming from my laptop, even when it was shut. Last night was different. Last night, I decided to end it. Not my life, the recordings. I unplugged everything, disconnected the Wi-Fi, removed the external drive, and factory reset the laptop. Complete wipe, fresh start. It took a few hours, but eventually it booted up clean. Empty desktop, no files, no history. Relief, that strange quiet kind that makes you exhale like you've been holding your breath for weeks. Until the wallpaper loaded. It wasn't the default blue screen. It was a still image, a paused video frame. The image showed me, asleep in bed. Same angle, same room. And in the reflection of the monitor behind me, someone else was standing there, watching. I stared at it for minutes, heart pounding, trying to convince myself it was an old file that somehow survived the reset. But when I hovered the mouse, there was a faint flicker. The image moved, and I realized it wasn't a wallpaper. It was a live feed. Someone or something was watching through my own screen. Then, for the first time, I noticed a tiny icon in the corner of the desktop, a folder. Its name? The Files on Your Drive. That's when I understood. It was never about who was recording me. It was about when. Because if those videos were from the times I was asleep, then maybe I wasn't just dreaming during those hours. Maybe I was awake, somewhere else, doing things I wasn't supposed to remember. And maybe the version of me sitting here right now, talking to you, is just another recording, another file, waiting for you to open.